Good day, everyone. Welcome to Know Your Rights International Students event. My name is Victor Lee, and I am the Assistant Director of Sales for the Queens region and Asian market at MetroPlusHealth. Today, we have four wonderful speakers: Lydia Lee, Fuller Fern, Anna Lee, Janet Zhang, providing you with helpful information. Lydia Lee is a neighborhood organizer at NYC Mayor Office Immigrant Affairs and mainly focused on API communities. She coordinates events and outreach campaigns with API communities and has built strong relationships with community organizations across NYC. She's an immigrant from Fujian province, so she understands how difficult it is to live in this city without knowing your rights. Lydia, you can begin your presentation now.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you, MetroPlus, for inviting me today for today's presentation. So first, let me share my screen. Let me know if it's good now. Okay, full screen. Okay, I think it's good. All right, my name is Lydia Lee. I'm from Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, and I'm organizers. I usually doing presentations and outreach events in the community. So for today's event, I would like to share Know Your Rights for international students. First, I would like to share about our missions. So Moya's mission is to promote well-being of all New Yorkers in this diverse immigrant communities. As you know, New York City is very diverse. We have people from all around the world and people who's coming from all different cultures. And like we share our values, our views, and in this really diverse communities, we appreciate each other's views of their religions and all their cultural backgrounds. And our agency is to promote the well-being of everyone who live in the city. So we share information about city agencies, also like important policies that's related to immigrants. So first, I would like to show you our website. So Moya's official website talking about resource for immigrant community during COVID-19 pandemic. So if you want to check out more about vaccines or vaccine related or pandemic information, you can go on our website. It's on the very first front page. It's all about pandemic. You can check more for legal service or other city service on our website as well. I will share the website link later on the chat, so you don't need to worry. And our website can provide over 200 languages, and you can translate and pick your language, and it can translate to your own language, and you can read it at your convenience. So we're not just talking about immigrants. We share all the information for all New Yorkers. For example, if you're looking for any kind of cash assistance, education, childcare, you can just click the tab and find out more information on our website. For example, if you're looking for education, you can click education tab. There's all the education resource related to New York City Education Department. If you're looking for childcare, you can click family service. There's a lot of information for you, to download it's for free and it's in your language, so very convenient. And you can visit our website at nyc.gov/coronavirus, or you can follow our Twitter at NYC Immigrant. Now it's very important for, as an international student, you may struggle or have lack of knowledge about health insurance in New York City. As you know, New York City is providing this NYC Care program for all New Yorkers with low cost or no cost. It depends on your income. So we won't ask you about your immigrant status. So if you want to apply for health insurance, you can go to this website, nyccare.nyc, or call 646-692-2273 to find out more about this idea, this NYC Care program. And we have representative 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can call them, they can speak your language, and you can ask them to help you to sign up for this health insurance program. And it's a health insurance card. You can, access to all the NYC health and hospitals, all the public hospitals. You can pick your doctor and get your affordable medicines in all our public health system. And let me talk a little bit about NYC public hospitals. So NYC Public Hospital provides cares for all New Yorkers regarding your immigrant status. Like if you don't have your citizenship or you don't have your green card, you can go to NYC Health and Hospital. They won't ask you about your citizenship or any kind of immigrant status. And if you don't have insurance, don't worry at the time. Just get your help at the time, and you can, apply for NYC Care or other health insurance later on. They won't ask you when you, go to the hospital. And we will provide medical, like, for example, doctor's visit. You can get emergency care, doctor's visit, or long-term care, hospital stays in all our NYC health and hospitals. You can check out more at nychealthandhospital.org or call the number 844-692-4692. And there are about 17 public hospitals in New York City. So if you are living in Queens, you can go to Amherst Hospital, or you can go to Queens Hospital to look up for all this help, for medical help, or for doctor's visit. And if you have your, health insurance card, that's very good. So you can go there and visit the doctors. If you don't, you can, apply for NYC Care. So for the eligibility for NYC Care, you must live in one of 5 boroughs, for example, Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, or Staten Island for at least 6 months. It can be longer, but cannot be shorter. And you must not qualify for any other state insurance, or you cannot afford for any other insurance. You can apply for this card. And as you know, you can call this number 844-692-4692. And our representative can speak over 215 languages. And all the conversation will remain confidential, and we won't share all your information with other agency or other CBOs, any other persons in your family. So, okay, if you want to sign up, you can go online or call the number. And then you will get a card like this, a white card with your name and your membership number, and you can choose your primary doctor from NYC Health and Hospital System. And on the card, it also shows like how much you need to pay for the visit, or for medicines or emergency cares. It depends on your salary. Everyone has different co-pays. Let's talk about free stuff. So NYC Well is really free for anyone who is suffering from mental problems. During COVID-19 period, people are stuck at home and they are experiencing some kind of mental issues. You can, take advantage of this program. Call our NYC Well hotline at 1-888-692-9355, or you can text Well to 65173. 65173. You just text Well to 65173, or you can go to nyc.gov/NYC Well. So all our services 24 hours, 7 days a week in 200 languages. And the service includes crisis counseling, peer support, short-term counseling. We will connect you with mental health or substance abuse services. It really depends on like what you need. And our professional counselor will help you through this difficult period. Next, let's talk about ID NYC. This is one card for all New Yorkers, and it's free. You don't need to pay for anything. You don't need any kind of immigrants. You don't need to provide any kind of immigrant background. And if you are living in one of 5 boroughs, you can apply for this ID NYC card. And it's one card for all New Yorkers. And you can use it to travel all the New York City buildings and cultural institutions. And if you need to talk to police, show them your identification card. This is the card. And you can use this card to apply for a job. When you go to interviews, they might ask you to submit one kind of identification. This is very good. ID NYC is one card for you to carry on and to travel around in New York City. For qualifications, you must be at least 10 years old and live in one of 5 boroughs, as I mentioned. You cannot be living in Queens or, living in Long Island or Westchester to apply for this card. If you are living in New Jersey, you cannot apply for this card. It's only for people who live in New York City, one of the 5 boroughs: Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island. And you need to carry a 4-point document. The 4-point document can be a state ID, that's 4 points. Not everyone has the New York State driver license or real ID. So that's why we have other choice. For example, you can carry a foreign passport, that's 3 points. And we need one of residency, such as your utility bill or phone bill, that's another point. If you don't have your foreign passport, that's fine. You need to carry one of the documents with your photo and date of birth. That counts 1 or 2 points. It really depends on what kind of document you can provide. For more information, you can go to www.nyc.gov/IDNYC or call 311 to make up in-person appointments at our enrollment site. So this card is for free. You can renew it. Renew is also free online. You can check it out. So if you got this card before check out the date, this card may be expired. So if your card expired in 2020, you can renew until end of this year, which means September 31st will be your last day to renew your card if it's expired last year. And for example, next year you cannot do renew for your expired card, and you have to start a new application at our enrollment center. But if your card is expired this year, 2021, you have 1 year to renew. For example, your card expired today, you can have a year until today to renew your expired IDNYC card. You can have it until November 10th, 2022 to renew your card. So to renew your IDNYC card, you go onto the same website, nyc.gov/IDNYC. You click renew your IDNYC card. It's very simple. Everything is on the website. And the exciting benefit about this card is like you get all different deals. Like you can get discounts for Hollywood, you get discount for hotels, and you get discount for movie tickets or city bike. So to check out more, you can go to nyc.gov/IDNYC to look up more for this exciting benefit. Last but not the least, we're gonna talk about immigrant concerns. You know, as international student, you might facing immigration issues, or sometimes you want to talk to a lawyer about your immigrant status. So we are offering this free hotline for legal assistance. It's free, safe immigration legal help. You can schedule appointment with our lawyer to talk about your concerns. The number is 1-800-354-0365, Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. You can call 311 and say Action NYC. And even though the lawyer may not talk in your language, but like we can find representative who can help you to translate if you need language assistance. So if you need to make up appointment to fill out your, for example, citizenship or your green card application, you can also make appointment at this number, 1-800-354-0365, between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday. Action NYC is a free legal assistance program, and all your conversation will remain secret. We won't share with any other agency. And that's all my presentation. Here's my information. If you want to ask me for more questions, or if you have any concern, you can email me at lli1@moya.nyc.gov. If you have any question that's related to immigration services, you can also call our hotline at 212-788-7654. Or you can email our Moya email account at askmoya@moya.nyc.gov. For our immigration resource or our main website, you can go to nyc.gov/immigrant/coronavirus. Thank you. I will pass on to Victor. I will stay for any questions.
Great. Thank you, Lydia. That was great information. I am also an NYC member, and I remember when I got my card, I brought my family to the museum. I saved over $50. Those museum tickets are very expensive, so it's great to have. And I encourage you to apply for it and get the benefit of ID NYC card and all the other information provided by Lydia. Our next speaker is Flora Fern. She is the East Asian Community Liaison of NYC Commission on Human Rights. She received the Frederick O'Reilly Hayes Prize Foundation Special COVID-19 Response Award on helping to combat the spike in anti-Asian bias. Previously, she was the Managing Director for Asian American for Equality. Flora was a member of the Fannie Mae National Advisory Committee on Community Outreach. Between 2009 and 2015, she had been a member of the Manhattan Community Board 3, assigned to the Human Services, Health, Disability, and Senior Youth and Education Committee. Currently, she is the board secretary of Apicha Community Health Center. Flora, please present.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting New York City Commission on Human Rights on this very informative information workshops. So we will provide more information on this subject. Let me share my screen right now. New York City Commission on Human Rights, we are one of the New York City agency. We enforce New York City human rights law, which is the most comprehensive human rights law in United States. There are total 27 protected class. A lot of times when we mention that we are enforcing the law, people confuse us from NYPD. So NYPD and DA office enforce criminal law. We enforce civil law, which is New York City human rights law. And as we mentioned earlier, like the law prohibit any type of discriminations in employments, in housing, in public accommodations, discriminatory harassments, and bias incidents in law enforcement. So we will talk more in details. So what consists in our agency? We have 4 major departments. Since we are a law enforcement agency, our biggest department is our Law Enforcement Bureau. So Law Enforcement Bureau will take your complaint, will explain your rights to you, and will open investigation if they find the incident or the case it's within our jurisdictions. They will also bring the case to the trial. I work for the Community Relationship Bureau, so basically provide a lot of trainings and educations to various partners, including schools, community-based organizations, faith institutions. We also do a pre-complaint investigation as well. We also have an office for mediation and conflict resolution. So sometimes civil law, investigation and everything do take some time. And when the situation are more proper for both parties to sit down and both parties agree, we will host the mediation and try to resolve the conflict, without kind of go through the whole process. We also have an office of a chair, so we do open hearings to see if the law need to be, adjusted or more comprehensive, and also issue the final rulings as well. And so earlier we mentioned about our jurisdictions. So basically, New York City human rights law prohibit discrimination in this couple areas. In employments, in public accommodation, in housing, in discriminatory harassments, and bias-based profiling by law enforcement. So our jurisdiction in most, it's only within a year if that incident happened within last year. For gender-based harassment, such as sexual harassment, that could be a case within 3 years. And any individuals who live, work, or visit New York City are protected under New York City human rights law. So disregard your immigration status, disregard you don't work here or you do need to have a like resident address here. Even you visit New York, you are protected under New York City human rights law. And first, we would like to talk about employment a little bit. Although a lot of times international students don't officially work or just work part-time, but you are actually covered under New York City human rights law. So all these are protected class, as we can see that, you know, like immigration or citizenship status is part of it. So your employer or potential employer cannot say that, oh, you know, due to your immigration status, you know, they treat you differently, right? And oftentimes the salary history also protect you, that most employer cannot ask about your salary history. It will based on just that job requirement and how much, and based on your experience, and not based on your salary history here to pay you. So that's also very important. So there are, you know, a couple other more protections. So who's protected? If you work in your city, if your employer has 4 or more employees, that including, you know, most of the area of protections. The last incident happened within a year. For gender-based harassment, such as sexual harassment, it's within 3 years. You know, you could, if you're not sure, just file a complaint with us and we will investigate it. And oftentimes people think only part-time or only full-time staff are covered under New York City human rights law. Actually, if you are intern in your school or elsewhere, that either it's paid or unpaid, you are protected under New York City human rights law. You are undocumented worker, right? Sometimes you pay off the book. You are part-time, you are in probation, you are a domestic worker, like you work as a nanny, a babysitter, or housekeeper, right? You are independent contractors, right? Sometimes our students, you know, could work independent as an independent contractors or freelancers. You are all covered under New York City human rights law. And that protection including like hiring, firing, and also pay difference. And also including other terms and conditions like promotions or doing schedulings or assignments. All this have to be fair, cannot be based on that you don't have you know, green card yet, or you are not US citizen, so you are treated differently while you've been hired or fired or paid or assign your assignment or scheduling. So national origin and immigration status are, you know, one of the protections. So oftentimes you cannot be paid less just because of your immigration status, right? The workers cannot be threatened with this, deportations, right? Or, you know, because they work off the book, right? You are entitled to the equal treatment, regardless the language you speak or where you come from. Protection in public accommodation. So public accommodation, including any place that provides service or, you know, sell goods to you, right? Could be store, taxi, gyms, park, movie theater, you know, all the places, in most of the places. So these are the protected class. Again, it's immigration and citizenship status. For example, during, especially in the beginning of COVID-19, or sometimes when pandemic happened, or with, you know, when something happened, people question about your immigration and thinking that you're bringing virus or, you know, in that sort. So if you are discriminated because of your immigration status or because of your race, right, or, you know, or any other protected class, you are protected under the law. So you cannot be refused for service, right, or be treated differently. Housing, a lot of times, so we call this fair housing. So sometimes people think fair housing only apply for like the public housing or the tax benefit, tax advantage housing. Actually, this apply to any type of public and private housing. And any person who's like selling, renting, or leasing, and that will be included in the protection. Only very, very few exceptions. So you should double check with us. So all these are protected class under the housing. Again, immigration and citizenship status are under the protection, right? Lawful source of income. For example, sometimes you got scholarship, and the scholarship that the school give you a voucher that could pay for your rental expenses. Your landlord or the real estate broker cannot refuse your lawful source of income, meaning that even though that's not a wage income, they should accept that as well. Sometimes international students bring the whole family. If you have children and they refuse you because of your children, that's also against the law. So all this are under protected class, including national origin. Sometimes, like, even though everyone speaking Spanish but come from different countries, so one will discriminate from people from the other country or from the other place. That's considered discrimination as well. So the definition of the landlord is actually expanded. So anyone who represents us a landlord, right? Could be a superintendent or the management agent, the real estate broker agent, even the newspaper or lending institution, insurance company are under that category. So examples could be that if they threaten to call the immigration, or they say, if they treat you differently. A lot of times we got case that the landlord might say that, oh, I did, I still rented to that international student. It's just that I asked for, instead of a 1 month security deposit, I asked for 6 months, right, or 3 months. So any type of unequal treatment, that's a violation under New York City human rights law. So even though you still rented to that person, or even though you still hire that person, but you give them like unfair treatment, that will consider a violation of New York City human rights law. Discriminatory harassment, meaning that you've been harassed because you're a protected class. For example, during COVID-19, a lot of Asian or Chinese being discriminated. They are other protected class as well. If it's based on your race, based on your national origin, your immigration status, your gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, etc. So all this consider a violation of discriminatory harassment. So, if it's just not verbal, but also with like a use of force, right? Intimidations or threaten, even though it's a verbal threat, right? Or damage of your property, cyberbully. So all this are considered discriminatory harassment. So if you are a victim, report it to us, and we will help you. Bias-based profiling by law enforcement. So this is also one of the category. Retaliation, if you face retaliation from your employer or a landlord, we will penalize them even harder. So this, unlike other type of violations, sometimes it's only a few $100 penalty. We can impose up to $125,000 civil penalty for like a repeated violation. It could go up to $250,000, and we have a reason settlement that's like about $1 million. So this penalty are not including other remedy, like the landlord or the employer will be asked or mandated to attend trainings, right? If you've been fired illegally, like unlawfully, you could get your back pay and your emotional distress damage as well. So the civil penalty is not included, so it's like separated. So you can vote. You could contact us if you have any question. If you forget our number, call 311. A lot of times people don't like call 311 because it's a long way. You can call our direct line 212-516-0197. We speak different language. Our agency speak about 30 languages. So in most of spoken language, we have a specialist who can speak that language. You can also visit our website, nyc.gov/human rights. They on the right top corner, you can choose the language you most familiar with, and the whole webpage will become that specific language, and we have a lot of information regarding the New York City human rights law protections. Next. So this is the complaint. This is the complaint process. It does take some time. Sometimes we will do an intake first, and then your complaint is filed, and we will do the investigation and to see that if there's a case to make a determination. So all this takes some time. That's why mediation and conflict resolution sometimes works better in certain situations. So that will be my presentation. I will also leave the information in the chat box as well, and stay for the Q&A if anyone have a question. Thank you.
Thank you, Flora. That was a great presentation. I wish I know Flora when I graduated from college, because I definitely did not like the salary history question on my application. I always find that very irrelevant to my skill set that I was applying for. Good to know now I don't have to put down my salary history. I would advise the international students really take down the information and get to know the Flora's agency. They can be very helpful at times, and just have that number handy so that you can reach out for any questions. They're there to help you. Our remaining two speakers.
Sorry,
yes,
Victor,
Flora.
sorry, I forgot one thing also very important that related to international student. It's about credit check. So most employer cannot check your credit as well. So a lot of times, especially foreign student, international student, haven't built a credit yet. So they cannot check your credit for most of the employment and internship.
That's great. I wish they could do the same thing for the citizens here. They do check credit. We do have credit build up. Thank you so much, Flora. I do appreciate that update. Our remaining two speakers are Anna Lee and Janet Zhang, who are marketplace facilitator enroller from MetroPlus. They can assist you in getting free health insurance based on 4 qualifying criteria. MetroPlusHealth recently opened a brand new community office in Flushing downtown area. The address is 136-13 Roosevelt Avenue. It is near the 7 train entranceway. It's open on Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturday, it's from 10 to 6. During open enrollment period, the office is open on Sunday from 9 to 5 p.m. Let me share my screen, and then Janet can begin. Let me just share it right now. Hold on. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Let me just change that to... Okay, great. Sorry for the delay. And Janet, you can begin.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Janet Ling. I'm a facilitated enroller from MetroPlus. Thank you for participating this international student virtual meeting. Today, I and my colleague Anna, we will introduce MetroPlus and MetroPlus health insurance for our international students. The reasons for health insurance. As we know, the past Sunday, November 7th, was our first day of daylight saving. That means winter comes. It also means flu season comes. So MetroPlus, we want to let our international students know we want you to plan ahead to protect yourself, because this year still challenging. COVID is still here. Flu season is coming. So we want to make sure our international students get low cost or no cost insurance. Okay. Our international students coming from all over the world to a new environment. So plan ahead is very important. We want you to taking care of your body, also your wallet. You don't want to stuck in the critical financial situation. You don't want to frustrate when you need to go to see doctor, but hesitate because of the very big medical bills. So plan ahead, have insurance. It's very important to protect our international students. For students, for you guys, it's very easy, simple to apply insurance from MetroPlus. If you are a new student, if you are freshman, you just provide the documentation to us. We handle rest of the part. If you are a senior college or university student, make sure you check OPT out from your university health insurance or your college health insurance. Next, please. Victor, yes, thank you. MetroPlus. I have some client asking me for me, it's very common questions. Some people they ask, does MetroPlus is a new company? The answer is no. We have been serving for New Yorker over 35 years. MetroPlus was established in 1985. We have a very strong relationship with the NYC Hospital, like Queens. We have contract with Queens Hospital, Hearst Hospital, Flushing Medical Center, and more. We have over 30,000 provider sites in New York City. This is the MetroPlus is a city-owned health insurance company you can trust. We also provide more services like SNAP, WIC, 65 Health Solutions, and more. Next, please. What is Obamacare? I think you're missing one page. What is Obamacare? Obamacare is a law. The full name is the Affordable Care Act. This act is known as Obamacare. Obamacare, the goal is to make insurance more affordable to more people and provide the consumer financial help. Children under 26, you can stay in your parents' plan until you reach your 26 years old. Pre-existing conditions are covered by insurance. I have some clients, they have the question like, I have a diabetic, I have a high cholesterol. Are you gonna charge me more if I apply the insurance from MetroPlus? The answer is no. You have chronic disease like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the diabetic, you will be treated like other people. Insurance is gonna cover you with no difference, no extra charge for you. Obamacare, it's also no lifetime limit on care. Some of the products like Medicaid, essential plan, we usually call it EP. Most of our international students, you will qualify for EP plan based on your immigration status and your income. Most of you guys will qualify for EP. Child Health Plus and qualified health plans. It includes 4 medal level insurance products: platinum, gold, silver, bronze, and catastrophic. This is not medal level. It's another product. Okay, now I pass it to my colleague, Anna. Anna, please.
Hi, everybody. This is Anna.
Anna, we cannot hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, I'm in mail. Okay.
Oh, hi, everybody. My name's Anna. I'm the colleague with Janet. I'm the certified application counselor. And I'm going to continue presenting the health insurance for international students. Actually, Obamacare is not just for international students. They also cover any valid visa consumer and international student, one of them. And the health insurance also provides 10 essential services. And the first one, the ambulance patient service, which is seeing a doctors, go to clinics, and etc. The second one is a hospitalization emergency service for the pregnant woman, maturity, and newborn care too. Okay. The fifth one is mental service and substance abuse treatment, prescriptions. And we have service and devices, they also included. And also for the children's service, including dental and vision care too. The 9 items is a laboratory service and the last one, 10, is also called annual checkup. That's called preventative and wellness service, including a chronic disease management. Victor. Okay, besides the 10 essential services provided by Obamacare, we call Obamacare, and MetroPlus will also provide an additional service based on the 10 service. The first one, the telehealth service, all the consumer joining a MetroPlus, become our member, they can access to our doctor service 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay, that will including virtual visits, urgent care, online treatment, initial online psychologist visit, and follow-up, etc. A lot of people consider like a dental. We have a contract, a special dental health insurance company we call HealthX that will be including our dental annual cleaning, also exam every 6 months, and the full mouth X-ray for every 36 months. Some of the insurance also including a version and not apply to every insurance plan. Depends on and your the insurance plan too. Okay. That the great things to become a MetroPlus member is we provide a MetroPlus work program. That means that when you become a member, you will automatically enroll to that work programs. And for example, when you go to doctor visit or annual checkup or annually like a preventive checkup, we will provide you points. When you get the points, then you can go to our website to have a internet shopping. You have a like when people go your bank a credit card, so you can earn the points. Okay, it's similar program. Another great program is a gym reimbursement. MetroPlus will reimburse up to $200, okay, of your cost of membership in the facilities. Okay, but that is a requirement for that reimbursement every 6 months. You have to gym facility 50 times within 6 months. Okay. Next week. Okay. The main one right now, how we're going to apply for the insurance. Okay. For you, first of all, you have to up your school insurance and just make sure that you cannot have 2 insurance at the same time. Okay. You can apply for in person or over the phone, but you have to have a F1 visa, wallet visa. And the wallet visa, that means that some student, when they finish a graduate, they go to school, they have OPT. So that the time you cannot use that F1 or I-20 to apply. You have to get a authorization and appointment card to apply for the insurance. And also when you all use a authorization and appointment card, then you have to verify your income too. Another piece of document is you have to live in New York State, and your email and your phone number, all those information have to be valid. Next, Victor. Okay, let me go track back a little bit regarding the international student. Some student, graduate student, they might bring in their children, child, or spouse, and they also qualify for that insurance. They also must have a wallet visa, and the children, they do not need any documents because they can qualify for child health plan. My number is 646-335-8638. If you have additional question or you do not sure how and what to apply, so you can contact me. And also my email is that my last name is L-I, the first name Anna, A-N-N-A @MetroPlus.org. That's all my presentation.
Great. So Janet also can assist with the process. Her contact information is on the slide as well. Her phone number is 332-203-1317. Her email address is zhangja@metroplus.org. Again, our MetroPlus office is in Flushing, 136-13 Roosevelt Avenue. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and right now we can have some time for a Q&A. If anybody have any questions, please feel free to join in. Anybody have any questions? And at this time, if there are no questions, I can ask last minute. Does any of the speaker want to add any additional information to the group? Please feel free to do so at this time. Okay, great. So since there's no questions, I will conclude the presentation. Again, this presentation will be uploaded to Facebook. You can also look at it again and get the information, and you can send us to the various presenters for additional information if you need to as well. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to all the speakers. Great job. And thank you again. Okay, we can all now leave. Thank you so much.